Sam looked at the console in his ship. He believed that Sir Parser gave him those coordinates. As soon as he pressed a few buttons, Sam's ship speeds fast through the dimensional vortex. Sam grabbed on the console like he's on the roller coaster. So he looked on the scanner. It shows outside is an area full of sand, like a desert. Sam tightly held on, and his ship smacked onto the ground next to a lake. Sam picked up his anti-time device. He opened his ship door and walked out, closed it, and then he locked it with his key. Sam feels warm due to the weather, so he walks through the wastelands. He slowly climbs down the hill and then said, "I felt like I know this place from somewhere. I also feel uneasy." So he carries on walking. He slipped over the hill and Sam walks through the dunes. Then he found yellow flowers on the sand, so he took his sonic screwdriver out of his pocket. He scanned, and Sam thought, this may not be good. So he puts the flowers down and carried on walking. Sam climbed on the cliffs and noticed eerie scarecrow-like figures, and then he quickly looked at the freshwater lake with lush vegetation. Sam thought, uh-oh, this is bad. I'm in Planet of the Apes, a dangerous world to be in. I've got to get out of here, fast. So then a woman who was wearing some kind of black, sandy-ripped dress showed up and said, "Are you lost?" Sam asked, "Sorry, do I know you?" Woman replied, "No, but my name's Layla. Layla Stetson. Who are you?" Sam replied, "I'm Sam. I don't remember the name appear in the franchise. Sorry, nice to meet you, Layla Stetson. But I have to go." Layla said, "Franchise? You mean movie franchise? I thought it was weird enough back on Earth. A lot of movie characters attacking, but this..." Sam stopped and turned around and said, "Did you say movie characters attacking?" So he used his sonic screwdriver to scan Layla, and then he looked and said, "You're not from this universe. You're from the same universe as me. How the hell did you get here?" As Layla was about to answer, there was cave people running. Sam tells Layla to run, so they both did. Everyone ran through the long green grass. Sam tried to remember the way he came through and said, "I got a ship by the lake. I'll get you back home in your universe, no problem." As they took cover, there was a group of armed gorillas wearing leather tunic, riding on horses. Layla asked, "What are they?" And Sam asked, "Have you not seen Planet of the Apes?" Layla shook her head, so Sam said, "There's no time to explain, just trust me." Sam, Layla and tribes ran through long green grasses, while gorillas are shooting at them. Few people are killed. Sam fired his anti-time device at some of the armed gorillas. A lot of people have been captured. Sam and Layla have nearly reached to the cliffs, but then they're surrounded by the apes. They held their shotguns at Sam and Layla, who raised their hands up. Later, in the ape city, some tribes are locked inside a cage. Sam and Layla are locked up inside a cell in a dungeon. There wasn't much apes inside. Layla explained, "I was in Jennifer Chelsea Planetarium in New Jersey for demonstration last week. There's some kind of blue light, like a dimensional doorway, so I had a closer look, and all of a sudden, I was here." Sam replied, "Like I said, I've got a ship. It's a multiverse travel machine, which is how I got here." Layla asked, "What's the Planet of the Apes about?" Sam explained, "I've only got round to watch the original version, which is the one we're in. Basically, there was astronauts from 1972. After they're woken up from deep hibernation, they ended up here. 2006 years later, they encounter those apes with similar intelligence and speech like us. An ape surgeon walked in the room and looked through the cage. Sam said, "I can talk." My name is Sam. This is Layla. We came here by... Abe Surgeon interrupted and said, How do you animals talk? You remind me of the other one. And Sam said, You mean Taylor? The truth is, we can speak, think, and reason. Me and Layla came here by accident. We're not from here. I learned to speak by parents and school. Abe Surgeon disbelieved him and walked away. So Sam tried to reach down for his pocket, but the apes must have took his sonic screwdriver. So then the surgeon came back, holding Sam's anti-time device, sonic screwdriver, and the key to his ship, and said, What are those contraptions? Sam replied, There are toys for me to play with. Can you pass me the torch thing? I'm sensitive to darkness. So Abe Surgeon said, Very well. So he did. So then Sam sonicked the door. It unlocked. The ape realised something's wrong. Sam smashed the ape into the face with the cage door, which knocked him out. So he picked up his anti-time device and key, then said, Let's get out of here. So Sam drags the ape inside the cage, then closed it. He uses his sonic screwdriver to lock it. Sam and Layla sneaked out of the cage room. They hid behind the wall, as the monkeys are patrolling. As they got outside, they've been seen, so Sam shoots his anti-time device at an ape who fell off a horse. Sam couldn't reach the horse, so they both run around the city, with the armed apes chasing them. Sam and Layla ran up the steps. They got down to the ground, and they found themselves inside the museum, full of stuffed corpses on display. Layla was horrified and asked, Were they real people? And Sam replied, Yes, I'm afraid so. This is what will happen to us if we don't get out. We'll get stuffed to become museum exhibits. I certainly do not want to become a museum exhibit again. Suddenly, the armed apes walked in. Sam puts his anti-time device down as he realises it's too risky to shoot. Sam and Layla marched with the security police ape out of the museum. They walked through the city, back into the cage room, with the sonic screwdriver, key, and anti-time device confiscated again. The door locked. Layla asked, What do we do? I don't want to become an exhibit. And Sam said, It's either that, or lobotomized. Those apes are brutal. Layla sat down, hoping all this is a bad dream. Abe Surgeon came in and said, Your stunt is well performed. I give you animals that. Sam frustratingly said, We are not animals, we're humans. Well, she is. I have DNA of an alien. We don't want to be here. We want to go back where we're from. Abe Surgeon said, This is not possible. So he walked away. Sam was thinking, He's supposed to be a scientist. At night, Sam and Layla sat around alone in the cage, not knowing what to do. So a orangutan scientist walked in, carrying Sam's gadgets, and said, My name's Dr. Zor. I'm a scientist. I know you two don't belong here, so I'm going to help you escape. Sam asked, How do I know to trust you? Zor said, I'm breaking you out holding your gadgets. If you don't use them on me. So the door opened. Sam puts his sonic screwdriver and the key in his pocket. He switches his anti-time device on. He, Zor, and Layla walked out the cage. They got to the city, at the night sky. Sam and Layla got in the back of the cart. Zor got on the horse, that's pulling the cart. The horse moved. Next morning, at the beach, Sam, Layla, and Zor sat around the campfire. Sam explained his whole story about his world, ship, and how he got to the planet of the apes. Zor found it fascinating. He admits that he was friends with Dr. Zyra and Zayas once. Sam asked, You won't tell your people, will you? Zor replied, They wouldn't believe me. And Sam said, I don't know about you, but I would like to have a look at that forbidden zone. Layla asked, Are you mad? I think that's risky. And Sam said, It won't be long. I think something is there. Something very important. Zor said, I'll come with you. So the three people climbed on top of the cliff, and inside a sandy blown up cave. As they dug around in a big pile of rocks, Sam noticed a human doll, and Zor said Zayas' granddaughter played with the dolls. And Sam said, "Yes, I know." Layla asked, "What are we looking for?" "I don't feel like this is safe," Zor said. "Normally, this is a restricted zone to the ape society." So Sam dug through the sand with both of his hands. Then he felt something, so he pulled it out. Sam picked up a dark blue cup-shaped object with a light blue patterns. It makes an electronic buzzing sound. Sam was happy what he finds. Layla asked, "What is it?" Sam explained, "It's a soul of gateway. That's what's keeping the portal open. The one you fell through, Layla. There was 8 of them scattered across space and multiverse. Only 4 remains. Now there will be 3. I gotta get my key out." Zor asked, "Why the key?" Sam replied, "It's the key to my ship. It's a very special key. I found a soul on Middle-earth once, then I destroyed it on Vorwick while I was dealing with the Daleks and Vortek." As soon as Sam was about to reach to his pocket, there was a sound of horses running closer and closer. Sam, Layla and Zor ran across a pile of rocks, and there was a group of ape soldiers on the horse, shooting with their guns. Zor said, "You go along, I'll deal them myself. Heads up, you'll not like the answer. Now go, run." Sam said, "Thank you." So he and Layla ran. They got down to the other side of a pile of rocks. After a while, Sam and Layla have lost the apes. Layla asked, "What does he mean, not like the answer?" Sam replied, "You don't want to know. Spoiler alert." Layla was confused, and they both noticed half of Statue of Liberty on the sand. Layla was horrified, and Sam said, "I'm afraid that's Earth, long after apocalyptic nuclear war. But this can be avoided on our Earth. Come on." At sunset in the beach, Sam and Layla are riding on a horse. Sam sits at the front. There was thunder and lightning striking. Sam quickly rode a horse through the beach, and eventually found Sam's ship near the lake. So they both got off the horse. Layla asked, "Is that your ship?" Sam said, "Yes, come on, before astronaut Brent arrives. Plus I think Nova nearly saw us, so he got his key out." The door is unlocked. Sam got inside and followed by Layla. So then Sam closed the door, so he pressed the button and his ship faded away. Layla thought, the inside of Sam's ship is amazing. Sam puts the cup-shaped object on the desk. He stabbed it with a key and the smoke sprayed. Layla coughed and said, "What on earth?" Sam replied, "It's okay, that's that destroyed." Layla asks, "Was that actually Earth?" Sam reluctantly answered, "Yes, but in the Planet of the Apes universe. But it won't happen in our world as long as people are smart enough to prevent that from happening. Even if the portals are stopped for good, I can't guarantee Earth will be okay. Because there's people arguing climate change caused by generating power, manufacturing goods, cutting down forests, transportation uses, producing food, powering buildings, and consuming too much, as the best way to reduce are save your energy, public transport, or consider travel, ban plastics. The plastics are so bad. Plant native species, clean your environment, throw less food, speak up. As for the war, why do that? Why does nuclear power have to be that way? One way people can live peacefully is if they're prepared to forgive. Have anyone thought the war through? What becomes their homeland? What would it cost? Think of a trauma after that. What do you hope to achieve? No one will ever have to live that way. No one should ever feel the pain. the future can happen in a way depending on the decisions people make, and if they're stepping up, people can save the world or mess it up. It's a decision. I'd strongly advise to be the best of humanity